So this is the normal colonic mucosa. So ito yung inner lining ng colon mo. So it is composed of these glands. So one gland, one gland, one gland. So ano yung characteristic ng normal gland? So, individual glands, you have a lumen. Diba, ang function ng colon or large intestine is for water absorption and secretion of the mucin. Para saan yung mucin? For easy defecation kasi kailangan ng mucin para makalabas yung feces. So, ito yung lumen niya, yung butas kung saan palabas yung secretions niya. Ito naman yung basement membrane mo. So again, yung basement membrane mo yung lining mo na yan, individual na glands. Then, the nucleus, so yung mga nucleus mo, basally located. So nasa basement membrane. Tapos, ang lining niya, simple columnar. Ayan. Then, bakit may mga butas-butas? Those are goblet cells which secrete the mucin. Sabi ko nga, yung function of mucin is for easy passes of stool. Kaya yung goblet cell will produce it. So that's the normal. Basally located yung nucleus, yung goblet cell, intact basement membrane. So, we go now to the malignant transformation of the colonic mucosa. So, ano napapansin nyo? So, dito, napansin nyo, crowded na yung glands. Nagkukumpulan na sila. Okay? Then, mapapansin mo, para na siyang, what the term we use is cribriforming. Cribriforming, para na siyang sieve-like punch holes. Ganyan na siya. Kasi individual lumen at lumen o yung butas. Ganyan. So, under high power, ma-appreciate ba natin yung basement membrane sa each gland? So, wala na tayong basement membrane na naglilimit. So, when there's already breach of the basement membrane, that's a sign of invasion. So, we classify this under malignant na. Kaya nga siya adenocarcinoma. So, you review the nomenclature, di ba? Carcinoma, malignant, epithelial cell origin. Sarcoma, what's the origin? So, balikan na yung for basic type of tissue nyo. Sarcoma, osteosarcoma, connective tissue, pagsarcoma, origin. Okay. So, there's already crowded. Even the cells are stratified na. Nagpapatong-patong na kasi nag-increase yung number, nagkaroon ng dysplasia, kasi disorganized growth, then nagkaroon ng invasion, leads to carcinoma. Diba yung kanina, pinakita ko lang, metaplasia, dysplasia, hyperplasia, pero ngayon, there's already invasion of the basement membrane. Okay? So, ito yung mga nucleus mo, stratified na sila, patong-patong. That's more than kanina, isang layer lang. Then, invasion of the basement membrane, which is provided, which is obvious by this basement membrane na na-breach na. Kasi ito, imagine, dapat isang gland ito, pero parang nag-fuse na yung dalawang gland by this lumen. So, ano pa mga characteristic ng malignancy? Yan. Sabi ko nga, individual glands magkatabi, wala ng basement membrane in between. So, another characteristic is, what? Highly mitotic, di ba? Ang gusto naman na microscopically active yung mga tumor cells, so especially the malignant. So I will show you my topic video. Okay, so this is an example of this picture is example of rhabdomyosarcoma. So what's the origin of rhabdomyosarcoma? Myo means muscles. Rhabdo means ano ba yung subclassification ng muscle tissue mo? Ano ba yung types ng muscle tissue mo? Cardiac, skeletal, smooth. So, ABC, alin doon yung origin ng rhabdomyosarcoma? Heart, it's skeletal, rhabdo. Paglayo, leo, L-E-I-O. Smooth muscle. Okay? So, tandaan mo muna ng nomenclature. Leiomyosarcoma. Malignant tumor of smooth muscle origin. Kasi pwede magkaroon ng leiomyosarcoma of the uterus. Smooth muscle ng uterus. Pwede magka-leiomyosarcoma ng soft tissue. So, gano'n. So, kinakabit yung mga suffix na. So, this is a microtopic figure under metaphase. So, dito kasi pangat siya. Pero dito, ma-appreciate nyo. So, increase in mitotic count will obviously point to a malignant, especially sarcoma. Then, ano ba? You have pleomorphism. Pag sinabi yung pleomorphism, ano yun? There's what? Pleomorphism of the cell. Variation in sizes and shapes. Okay? So, ito yung individual cells mo. Ito, iba naman siya dito. Iba naman siya dito. So, iba naman siya dito, and so on. So, there's pleomorphism in the picture of the cells. So, it's very common in sarcomas. So, again, you have increased mitotic count, pleomorphism, invasion, and wala mong slide nung angiogenesis, formation of vasculature, that will point into a malignant type of tumor. Okay? And another one, ano ba? Tumor necrosis. So, ako kasi discuss yung neoplasia. Mamaya, pre-reviewin natin yung necrosis. So, this part are viable tumor cells. Well, this one is the necrosis. Then, meron ka mga viable dito. So, characteristic yan ng tumor cells to exhibit tumor necrosis. Pero you have to delineate it with coagulative necrosis. Kasi this coagulative necrosis might just be from na obstruct yung blood supply. Kunyari, sobrang kami na ng bukol, siyempre, ma-obstruct niya yung vessel, yung feeding blood vessel. So, magkakaroon probably ng infarct. So, it takes, for us, it takes experience for us to identify this, if this is a coagulative or tumor necrosis. So, ito kasi, bakit mo nasabi tumor necrosis? Diffuse, patsi-patsi, meron kang viable dito, may viable kang area, and in between is a necrosis. So, this is brought about by the tumor that causes the necrosis. Siyempre, na-overfeed ng tumor cells yung normal tissues po, kaya sila yung nagpo-proliferate mga swabang yan. Parang blood control. So, this is an example of tumor necrosis. Okay? So, question, neoplasia? So, we go now to the, review lang natin yung necrosis. So, kaya makita ang tumor necrosis, ito naman, so, yung granuloma, saan ba nakikita ang mga granuloma usually? So you have a central cascating, this one, pinkish, cascating necrosis. Then surrounding it are lymphocytes and neutrophils. Then you have this macrophages. What type of macrophage yan? Ayan. Horseshoe-shaped daw. It's Langhans type, multinucleated giant cell. So you have a cascating granuloma plus the Langhans type multinucleated giant cells. In the Philippines, it's TB. So the etiology is the tuberculosis. Inside the cascating necrosis are the tuberculous bacilli. So the immune cells are trying to fight off the tuberculous infection. Okay? So eventually, when na-treat na siya or nag-heal, those cascating granuloma will become non-cascating. So yun na yung makikita, scar, fibrosis. Kahit non-infected na, pero usually nagkaka-scar, mapapansin na na-encounter na may clinical. Okay? So, ayan. Cascating necrosis. Next is the fat necrosis. So, ano ba ang sugar na adipose tissue? Ito ang pinakamadaling identify sa histology. Bilog-bilog lang, no? So, individual adipocytes, bilog-bilog lang na di ba? Tapos yung nucleus nila nasa side, nasa periphery. Pero dito, wala ka nang ma-appreciate na nucleus, puro pinkish na lang and na-disintegrate na yung cells. So, yan. Wala ka nang makikita ang nucleus doon. So, ano bang basic concept? Bakit nagiging pinkish? Yung tissue. So, let's go back to, sino mga medtech dito?
Bagong basa.
So, anong ginagamit na stain for the tissues?
Carbo.
The basic for routine histopathology. HM stand for hematoxylin and eosin. Okay. Nag-biopsy ba kayo? Probably na. Sorry. So, hematoxylin and eosin stain. So, yung hematoxylin stain is a basic or acidic dye. Basic, base, or acidic? Acid dye. Hematoxylin. Pamili lang kayo. Basic, base. CaC, acidic. So, hematoxylin, siya yung nagkukulay blue. CaC, siya yung nagkukulay pink or orange. Tama? So, sa cells, ang na-state kasi, di ba may mga organelle tayo sa cells? A cell, which is your nucleus, mitochondria, etc., etc. So, may dalawa lang dyan na state, which is your nucleus and your cytoplasm. Si hematoxylin, sa tingin nyo, sino ang in-stain niya? Sino nagsabing nucleus? Si hematoxylin, which is a basic dye. Raise your hand. Parang naman, hindi tayo lang. Nucleus, si hematoxylin. Bakit? Kasi basic nga siya. So, anong meron sa nucleus? Nucleic acid. Tama? So, opposite attract, diba? So, mag-state sila, mag-form ng complex. Kaya, kulay blue yung nucleus. So, that's the science behind it. Well, your cytoplasm are mostly basic, like your proteins, it's apophilic, and lipids. So, magiging eosinophilic or pinkish siya. So, kaya dito, di ba, sa necrosis, nagkakaroon ka ng karyorrhexis, then karyolysis. Pag-disintegrate and eventually, magla-lyse, mawawala. So, matitila lang mo lang ang mga cytoplasm. So, wala nang ma-appreciate na nucleus dito. Kaya yung hinahanap ng mga nucleus sa gilid, wala na. Then eventually, yung cytoplasm, mag-disintegrate. Okay. So, kaya, mapapansin nyo, mga necrosis is kulay pink, non-variable. Nag-gets yung logic bakit naging pinkish sila. Okay. So, last type of necrosis, you have your coagulative necrosis. Okay? So, sa coagulative naman, kailan ba nangyari ang coagulative necrosis? Kapag may ischemia ka, infarct, so, nakikita ng mga pinkish non-viable cells na necrosis at mixed siya with blood or thrombus, then other inflammatory cells, mga lymphocytes and neutrophils. So, basically, gano'n lang naman yung itsura niya. So, i-identify nyo na lang kung saan siya nag-a-arise. Okay? Question? So, we have 15 minutes para i-view under the microscope. Isi-set up ko lang, then